fantastic. I mean, you can see the jersey here. This is literally from 1993. So
Still fits.
it does still fit. It's amazing. It's amazing. But this is almost more of a pleasure for us adults. He just did a Q&A, and we're all oohing and eyeing, and a lot of the names that Kenny was saying, a lot of the young kids didn't know, but we all knew. And it's just a treat to hear a lot of his experience and the talk that he was giving to the kids. But you're talking about a New York City legend. Probably the best point guard in New York City history. Probably the best point guard in college basketball history. If not, he's in the conversation. NBA All-Star. Just absolutely legendary statistics, and came up, did a great job with the kids. Very interactive with the parents. So we're just thrilled. It's been a great day so far.
Yeah, just talk about his interaction with the kids. Sometimes you bring in a big name, they're kind of just standing there, but Kenny was really into it.
He was great. And, to be honest with you, you don't come to something like this to learn a lot of new basketball, because even he was saying basketball is basketball. There's only so many drills you can do. There's only so many moves you can do. But when you see Kenny Anderson get out there and do it on his own, and when you listen to him teach it in his own particular way, in his own style, you hear it with a bit of a different ear. And he's very interactive with the kids and helping them, making sure they're low on their moves. But again, also with the parents. He's walking around, shaking hands and saying hello and laughing and having a good time. So just the whole experience has been really, really awesome.
Met my guy, Brian, and we connected. And I'm doing clinics all over the world. So, I thought it'd be great coming back to New Jersey, being that I was New Jersey Nets, took me the number 2 pick in the 1991 draft. And it's awesome being back, giving back to the youth, to the kids.
How important is that to you? Obviously, you were a legend growing up. You were a legend at 13. These kids, obviously you're not at that level, but you're giving back and showing them and giving them good life lessons as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have to. Somebody did it for me. My mother always, embedded that in me. Always remember where you come from. Don't forget, give back. Not only basketball skills, but life lessons. It wasn't easy for me growing up in New York City, but I didn't make no excuses. I worked and got it done.
When you were speaking to the kids and to the parents, you mentioned the special relationship you have with Kenny Smith and Vincent Smith. Just talk about that.
Oh, that's my mentor. My mentor is Vincent Smith. Kenny Smith, older brother who mentored both of us and got us to the point where we was pretty good people. Not only good people, but good basketball players. And that's like my second family, the Smiths, and give them a lot of love. And I appreciate them a great deal.
How did Kenny not let you go to North Carolina?
Well, he was being like a family guy, a family man. My decision, period. And then my mother was there, so my mother was like, she just fell in love with Georgia Tech. Bobby Crimmins is from the Bronx. He recruited my mother. He knew, he knew what to say, and he got it done. And Georgia Tech is big for me. I loved it. Best 2 years of my life. Everything worked out for me. I couldn't pick the better school.
You were very fortunate to have the Smiths in your life, and then you had one of the most legendary basketball coaches in high school history, Jack Curran, and then you played for Bobby Crimmins. What did you learn from those men?
Just everything about being a leader at a young age. Especially Coach Curran taught me that from day one, and being a leader, being a point guard that that everybody liked. It was a simple thing when you're a point guard. Everybody gotta like playing with you. If they like playing with you, you'll get a lot of things accomplished out there on the court. They'll help you out a lot. So just a lot. I have the talent of play basketball, but a lot of life lessons they taught me. You know what I mean? And I respect them a great deal. Two of my favorite coaches, Coach Curran and Coach Crimmins. Without them, who knows what direction I would have went in.
What makes a New York City point guard? Look at the great names over the years. Pearl Washington, Kenny Smith, you, Telfair. Just the names go on. What makes New York bring out the best in point guard?
I just think our swag, our competitiveness, being raised in the streets of New York and the playgrounds, give you that air about you, that toughness, that, and also our ball handling skills is very unique. Guys, they say a point guard from New York probably can't throw it in the ocean, but he's gonna get to that basket. You know what I mean? We gonna penetrate, but I was a pretty good jump shooter, so it worked out for me.
Was there any thought of going to St. John's? Obviously in the neighborhood, Louis Carr second. At that time, they were pretty good.
No, they're a great program, St. John's. Utmost respect for Louis Carr second, but I wanted to get out of town. I played my semifinal high school games at St. John's. I lived down the block from St. John's, Left Rack City. So I just wanted to get away, take some pressure off my mother, get out of New York.
When you look back at your NBA career, if you see a rookie, if you ran into a rookie today, what would you tell them?
Oh, just work hard, keep everything in focus and perspective, and take care of yourself, take care of your body. Your body is your temple, and that's why you're at this peak level. But you got to get better every year. You got to stay consistent. You got to take care of yourself.
Kenny, when you're in college, you played at Ohio State. Chris Gent went to Sparta High School. He's a living legend here. He played in the NBA, got a ring with the Rockets. Just any recollection of playing against them? Because Jimmy Jackson was on that team too, a guy that you know very well.
Me and Jim Jackson go way back from high school. We had some battles in the Beach Ball Classic, me and Jimmy Jackson. So I lost to Ohio State my second year, my sophomore year, my last year. My last game was against Ohio State and Chris Gent and Jimmy Jackson. He's a great shooter, great competitor, go extremely hard. Just an all-around good guy.
Now, currently a documentary being made about your life story, Mr. Chibs. Just tell everyone about that, when it's coming out.
We're going to probably be finished with it in September. We're going to hold it till basketball season. But it's my life, being a child prodigy, growing up in New York, all the different obstacles I had to overcome. You know the history of Kenny Anderson. You know it's going to be real inspirational, real big time. Jill Campbell, who's the director, did a hell of a job. She shadowed me for about 4 years. Barry Greenstein, executive producer, puts a lot, financial backing into it. I think it's going to be a great inspiration to the youth, also adults. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be awesome.